Imagine your integrity is this glass of pure water. Every time you compromise it, even in the smallest ways, it's like adding drops of dirt. The water gets murkier, harder to see through, and before you know it, clarity is gone. Integrity, like pure water, once tainted, loses its transparency, and that's not something you can easily get back. Let's explore what it truly means to live a life of integrity and why it's essential for your growth, your relationships, and your overall well-being. Now, let's get real about what integrity actually means. It's often misunderstood as simply being honest or telling the truth, but it gets deeper than that. Integrity means being aligned. What you say, what you do, what you think, and what you believe should be in harmony. It's about being whole and undivided. You see, integrity isn't just about being truthful with others. It's also about being truthful with yourself. It means not betraying your own values, even when no one is watching. And trust me, the hardest person to be honest with is often yourself. Let me share a personal story. Years ago, I found myself in a position where I was asked to compromise my values in a professional setting. The stakes were high, and it would have been so much easier to go along with it to avoid conflict. But in that moment, I remembered something my mentor used to tell me. Your integrity is worth more than gold, and once it's gone, you can't buy it back. So I made the tough choice to walk away, even though it cost me a significant opportunity. It wasn't easy. In fact, it was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made. But looking back now, it was also one of the most empowering things I did. It strengthened my resolve to always stay true to my values, even when the pressure is on. And that's a lesson I bring into my work today with every client that I mentor. Now, let me share the story of a client. When she first came to me, she was struggling in both her personal life and her career. She felt stuck, constantly compromising her values to please others, her boss, her partner, even her friends. And it was draining her emotionally and physically. And she couldn't understand why she felt so unhappy and out of sync. So through our sessions, we uncovered the root of her discontent. She was living a life that wasn't aligned with her core values. She realized that she was saying yes when she actually meant no, and staying silent when she needed to speak up. And together we worked on identifying her values and practicing the skill of standing by them, even in the face of pushback. It wasn't overnight, but over time, she did transform into someone who was no longer afraid to live authentically. And today, she leads a team at her company and is respected for her unwavering integrity. Integrity isn't just a feel-good concept. It has real, tangible benefits. Living in alignment with your values builds trust, both with yourself and with others. It's like laying down a foundation of rock instead of sand. And when life storms hit, you won't be easily shaken. And that is why in my community, in Get Up and Grow, we focus on building resilience that's rooted in integrity. Because when you live this way, it creates a ripple effect. Your children, your family, your colleagues, they all benefit from your example. But let's be honest, living with integrity isn't always easy. It's tempting to take shortcuts, tell a white lie, or go along with something just to fit in. But every time you do that, you're adding drops of ink into your once clear water. You're muddying not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. And that can erode your self-worth over time. Once your integrity is compromised, it's incredibly difficult to regain that trust. People might forgive you, but they rarely forget. More importantly, the person who has to live with those choices is you. So ask yourself, what price are you willing to pay for temporary comfort? Now let's talk about some actionable steps that you can take to live with integrity. Here are a few practical tips to start with today. Know your values. Take time to identify what truly matters to you and write it down and make it clear. Practice self-reflection. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did my actions align with my values today? If not, what can you do differently tomorrow or the next day? And also learn to say no. It's hard, but sometimes the most powerful way to protect your integrity is by simply saying no. I made a short video about setting firm boundaries by saying no with a smile. It's less than 5 minutes and well worth your time. The link is in the description of this video. You also have to hold yourself accountable. When you slip up, and you will, own it. Apologize if needed and make amends. This builds not only self-respect, but also respect from others. Real accountability is rare, a skill that most of us lack unless we've specifically made an effort to learn it. I recently made a video where I explain what healthy accountability looks like, and I offer practical ways for you to learn, to practice, and eventually master the skill. Find the link in the description below. And lastly, surround yourself with honest people. The company you keep can either lift you up or pull you down, so choose wisely. Integrity is the cornerstone of a resilient life. It's about more than just doing the right thing. It's about becoming the kind of person that you can be proud of. Remember, your integrity is like that clear glass of water. Keep it pure. Protect it fiercely, because once it's tainted, it's hard to clear up again. If you're struggling with living authentically or feel like you've lost touch with your values, I invite you to join my community, Get Up and Grow, where we dive deep into building resilience through integrity. And together we can help you reclaim your power and live a life that's truly aligned. It's never too late to choose clarity, to choose integrity. You just need the courage to start.